Hi, I am Md.Shamrat Miah. So today I'm going to show you about our Telnet configuration. So Telnet, what is a Telnet? So Telnet is a process that we can control any device, we can configuration any device to device by remotely. Not it's a kind of wireless. We can do it by remotely. Like as that, you can access your TV, your remote by remotely. You are not going to your TV and don't have to need to touch anything to configure or do something or change any channel to your TV. It's a it's a kind of telnet. So basically what is the telnet in our network? So from our network, the telnet should be like this: that one PC can configure a long distance remote to a long distance remote or to a long distance any router. So like this remote access is called telnet. So I'm not talking too much now. I am going to configure this now. So for this, I have to take a PC. Name is PC2, and I need a router because telnet is suitable to configure in a big network. And when you are working on a big network, you have to it's supposed to work on router. So what I'm taking from here, I'm taking from here a router. Okay, so at this moment I have to make a connection. So I'm choosing automatic connection from here to PC, router to PC. Okay, so I am just writing in here some information. uh, Routers should be my IP should be 1, I think. Yeah, and gigabyte Ethernet is very important for configuration to for router. And my IP address for my computer is 10.0.0. I can make 40. Yeah. So now it's the time to physically configuration. Then we will use our command line. So for physically configuration, we will choose from our router to gigabyte Ethernet 0/0/0. Okay. So now I like to keep my IP, what I told you before, on my note, that is 10.0.0.1. Here is the subnet mask, and we have to be turned on from our Cisco. So my router is now on, and I'm going to in here to my PC for configuration by graphically. It should be 10.0.0.40. Okay, and I have to be in here keep a default gateway, and we know one thing, that the default gateway is always come from our router. So 10.0.0.1. Okay, it's completed now. So here is our information, and here is our router information. All are set now. Okay, so now those basic things we made it by graphically. That's the basic thing. So we have to be now configure use command line. Okay, for this command line we have to be exit first from here. Okay, now I have to be writing here something like is enable. Then I have to be using here configure terminal. Then I have to make a session for our router. So for a basic information, I have to be tell to everyone that every router, they have their fixed some sessions, like it should be 4, it can be 9, it can be 15. The maximum session will 15, I think, but it can more, but you can check it. Okay, how can you check it? Like this: line bty 0, and If you make a question mark on here, then it's telling to us that 0 to 15. So these routers can make maximum 15, 0 to 15. It means that the router can create maximum 16 session for any telnet configuration. So line VTY 0, we are not making more than one. So we are selected in here 0 only. After 0, uh, I need to give passwords for my telnet. So password 123. So this password is for my uh, telnet, and now I have to be think about my router password. So I need enable password. So this enable password is for my router password 1234. I make a different password. So that's all for my router for configuration to my telnet. So now from this PC, I have to go some command on my PC before I do any configuration for telnet for PC to router, router to PC. So uh, I want to check that my connection are okay or not. So my router address is IP address is 10.0.0.1. So is it pinging or not? Yeah, it's replying now. So that's okay. So now I am doing to set some commands for configure finally. Telnet Telnet IP address was 10.0.0.1. Okay. Okay. Now here is the password option, user access verification, and this it has a session that if you wait more than 1 minute or 2 minutes, the session will cancel and you have to be do these things again. So password should be here 123. Okay, so I am in now router, so I have to be command in here enable. After enable, I have to be using here 1234. What I set already for my router. So router is okay now. I have access on my router, but I have to be configuration. But one thing you have to be understand now at this moment that I am doing telnet. I am not doing any where I'm not working on any network with wire. So it's a telnet. Remotely I have to be access. So what? So what I make in here by graphically that here is I make a connection, choose a connection from here, automatic connection, but this is not a wired connection, this is a wireless connection. So that's why if I configure anything from my PC to router, the router will accept that immediately with remotely, not with wire. This connection is for explanation to all of you that here is a connection, but this connection is a wireless. Yeah. So if I write in here host name R1 or my yes, R1 is good. R1. Okay, just a second, please. Here is something a problem, I think. Okay, host. Oh, sorry, I have to be making here a comment. I just forget it. Sorry for this. I have to use in here conf t. So here is our configuration now. If I write in here now the same thing, host name and R1, then my router name has changed change already R1. So this is change now, but how can we just clarify that the telnet is remotely done? Because from this PC I just configuration to my router that it's the new name that the router has changed its own name to R1. So If I click in here carefully, just watch in here, the router name is router. Okay, its host name is router. So if I just press any enter, the router name has already changed. So it's the technique to overall telnet that how can we configure our router and how can we configure our computer and how can we anything configure we can anything configure from our pc to router with remotely. So remotely like this, the telnet always works. So thank you for this video, and I will hope that you will enjoy this video, and and I wish I will make my next video very quickly. Thank you very much.